Well, looky here. This is a new village. Yes, it's called Immenruth because the game doesn't have an imagination, but also because this is what I created in about, what, 5 hours? Using some of the mods. Now, mods that I'm using. Pig farming, the fish farming one I can't use yet because the area that I have does not have any actual fish. Chicken farming and goat farming, which simply means that if your plot area is bigger, you get more meat from the goats. And I've also got lots of sheep because apparently sheep now also gives you meat. I never knew that, but that's brilliant to know. What else do I have? Oh, yes, wood. Firewood, specifically. And not just firewood. Any actual production building gives 5 times what they would have. Now, for some things, that works brilliantly. For others, it's a bit more hit and miss. As you can see, everything is nearly T3 because I could, because then it gives you 2 houses or 2 families per plot. The only big problem that I do have with this, well, it kind of it accelerates the game a lot, believe me. It really moves the game a lot faster using these mods, but it does come at a cost. You do have to be very, very much awake, and I'll show you why. Let's hop into this. And I know this is jumping in midway through. Oh, also have the berry one. Berries grow new bushes, which is kind of realistic because every year you expect more berry bushes to be available. So this, I would say, is a very realistic mod. But it does mean that you can utilize a lot of berries. You really, really can get a lot of berries, as you can see from this. Kind of got the hang of it. Bread as well. And exports. Exports are insane. Uh, I'm importing. Why am I importing stone? I don't know why I'm importing stone. Just FYI. I just saw that. Let's gloss over that. I'm importing flax because apparently I can almost said mine. I can grow anything here, but flax does not like growing here as much. Yes, I can do it over here, but my wild animals are over there. And as for the rest, there's a spot here and a spot there. I haven't reached out that far yet, so I'm not going to go mental and say, oh, I'm going to do it there. As for emmer, or wheat, it grows very well here, so I might actually utilize this area. What is the slope? Because I've been having some issues. Okay, so what I can do and what I will be doing, and by the way, as per introduction, this is the modifications or mod version. I did start this off just to see what the mods do, and I decided I'm actually going to go ahead and show you. Simply because it's been going fairly well. So this area is going to be... I don't have rye, by the way. Barley. This area is not that good, so maybe I'll put animals in this spot here. Keep them close by so they can just pop over and fertilize. Now, I know I've not done a real proper introduction. Welcome to the Modificata, or Modifications, or Mods version, where I explore how to break the game using mods. And I say break the game for a very simple reason. Hang on. I bought me key holders, and it's supposed to be I believe it's an Enterprise 1901 NCC 1901E, but it's lost in a cell. Don't know if you can see it. There's the nacelle, and there's the nacelle-less. I actually have two. Here's the other one. That's how it's supposed to look. And the one nacelle fell off, which kind of sucks. I've got two keys, and now only one of them is going to be able to fly at warp 9.45 or 945. 9.945. Back to actuality. Yes, this is going to be where I explore how to break it using mods. And I say break it in the sense that if you do play with mods, there's something that I found that I still need to report on. If I do woodcutters. Woodcutters is a very good example of this. Woodcutters, in general, they go, yeah, we're going to cut some wood and we're going to make firewood out of it. And they do a very good job of it. The only problem is where is it now? Ah, there we go. This little triangular thing here is a transitional material. I believe it's called transitional material. I can't, it doesn't show it up now. But if it reaches 50, and it actually counts towards generic storage, as you can see here, 9 plus 1 equals 10, that breaks the woodcutter. They can still sell wood somehow, but they can't actually create more wood. And that happens when your storage is full. And so far, only the woodcutters that have that transitional thing. My hair keeps going in my eyes, and it's so frustrating. I need to do something. It's too short to tie back. So I can sit like this. Yeah, I'm going to sit like this the whole damn time. Or I have to gel it back, and that's just a pain in the bottom. Oh, and another thing. For some reason, wells are a huge bottleneck. That's why you will see I've got wells absolutely everywhere. They create a massive bottleneck for people. There's one forming right there. And they sometimes will just stand there and wait and wait and wait. And I don't know what effect the well has necessarily on the people. I have no idea. I'll be very honest and open about that. But it does have an impact. I assume. That's the other thing. I assume it does. I don't know. I am going to experiment and see what it actually has, but at this current stage, I don't know. Now, we're kind of far away. I think I've got like 22,000 possibly worth of storage, specifically aimed at firewood. I built huge amounts of storage here for firewood because I need to turn that on and off, and sometimes I forget to turn it off, or turn it on at least. Why are we... Whoa, did the food thing break already? Let's see. No, it didn't. Why are we having that issue here? We've got food stalls. This is the other thing. Sometimes when you reload, the food breaks completely. And I don't know why, because we've got storage here, we've got granaries here with lots of food in them, because we're generating huge amounts of food. And that's the other thing about this mod. So you are not going to get 5 times berries, but you're going to get 5 times dye. So anything that you produce, grain is a very good example of this. So we get grain by farming grain, but it doesn't produce the grain, so you don't get 5 times the grain, but you get 5 times... No, wait, sorry. I'm... Roll back. You get normal wheat. You get the regular 165 times, or 65 wheats. But when it comes to grain, when you go and thrash it and knock it out, you get 5 times the amount of grain that you would have gotten, because that's a production thing. That's how that mod works. It's not ideal, I guess. And this is another very good example of it. The malt houses. So barley, you get, what are we going to produce next year? 154? But the malt houses are going to produce 5 times more because they're doing the actual production. Same with sausages, same with bread. You know, you get 5 times flour and then 5 times bread, so that's very broken. It would be nice if there was actually an interface where you could change things like that. The taverns still consume so much. Although I can actually just keep it on at this stage. I just keep both of them on. Because I'm producing enough to not have to worry about that. Clay furnace, again, I'm importing clay and then I'm just creating roof tiles. Because why not? And you might be asking why I'm doing a mods version today and not the normal one. Oh, just look at all me little piggies running around. Ah, look at all that bacon. I love me some bacon. The reason I'm doing the modification one today and not the regular, I need planks, the regular one. I started the regular and it's like, oh crap, I've got the mods enabled. And then I was like, you know what? I do know how to remove the mods now, but let's go and have a look at the modification one first. And like I said, this entire town, all of this, the whole 1,300 people, this was grown in less than 5 hours. I think, no, it was grown in, God, I can't remember. It's like 5 hours worth of gameplay to grow all of this, which is insane. It is stupendously fast. Oh, I might as well just connect because they're anyway walking there. So let's just connect that there. There we go. Now you can. I gave you a bloody road, you fools. Just use it. I hate it when people don't walk on the roads I give them. I spend so much time building roads and then you don't use it. But yeah, that is essentially what I've been up to yesterday morning before I had a CT scan, which was the weirdest thing I've ever done in my life. In the sense that, not the weirdest thing I've done in my life. No, I've done weird things in my life. It's the most weirdest sensation that I've had in my life. Because it is just weird. Contrast CT, people. The warm feeling that you get is out of this world. It is so freaky. And then it feels like you're gonna pee yourself. It's like, I should have gone to the loo. But luckily, I know I didn't. This is another gripe I have. We need to be able to put down more than 4 things because I want to move it there and then I move it here and then I want to move it here. Why can't we just use bigger polygons or more sides to the polygon to build stuff? Same with housing. Why can't we? I mean, we're in the age of AI, aren't we? We are, right? Why can't I go and say, okay, I want one there. Oh, I can't do it there, so I will do it there, then there. Oh, I can't do it there now. That's stupid. Give me the freedom to do. Why can't I do that? Why can't I? What? Oh, there we go. Why can I not have the freedom to do it the way I want to do it? That's my question. Oh, silly question, really. But I feel it's valid, so my vote counts here. And again, this is not going to be a long episode. This is more to do with looking at the modifications that I'm playing with at the moment and seeing, or well, expressing what it means for the game. So the apiary doesn't seem to work all that well. at all. They supposedly should work, but I think there is something that breaks it. And there's another. That's the problem we have. There is just a lot of breakages in the whole. I guess you can call it chain taxes. So I'm going to impose 100% tax. What? How angry are my people going to be? Negative 44. This is a little trick that I learned from Biffa, where he utilizes, maximum taxes to get a bunch of money in quickly into his. Oh, look at that. That's what I mean. So I lost a lot of popularity, but I made a ton of money. So when you've got a big income, like I had, all I did was I just transferred all that wealth to myself. Boom. And I've got money. Money, money, money. The point of that is, and this works very well in City Skylines as well, or City Skylines 2, which is the one that's broken now. I tried to play City Skylines 2, but mine's broken. So broken, in fact, that I can launch it and I can look at it and then it just dies. And I don't want to start a new city. I hate starting a new city from scratch. Why can't they have like a. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember, and God, this is gonna sound stupid, but years and years and years ago when we were all young, and when I say we, people my age were young, we had this game called SimCity. Now, SimCity was awesome for the simple fact that you could get a literally fully fledged, and it's too steep to build still, this stupid area. Um, you could get a starter city, like a tiny little piece, and then you could build off from that. Why can't we have that in modern times? That would be so much more fun than having to start your own city. And it could even be like I don't want to say a scenario because that's stupid. That's not what I want. I don't want scenarios. I just want to have a little starter city to say, okay, this is a jumping off point. This is where I want to start. And what am I doing now? I am just quite literally building a new suburb. And I'm trying to build it as realistically as possible by putting houses back to back, which isn't always easy in this game. That's another thing that, let's be frank, this game does have its quirks, and one of those quirks are definitely it doesn't make it easy to do that. Build houses back to back. It would have been nice if there was a mechanic for that. Unfortunately, there isn't, so we have to make do with what we have. But after a bit of tinkering, we can do it. Uh, there is it. Is it going to be this one? Yes, it is that one. Brilliant. And the reason purely I'm building them like this is I want people in my town. I don't necessarily care for these guys to have any form of impact because I am generating so much food and so much fuel. I don't care about any of that. I've got tons of berries growing, which is good. You would expect people to be able to, farm berries quite well. These guys are going to become um, bakeries. All of them are just going to become bakeries. And everybody that's coming into the town new is going to be, what do you call it? Workers. So I can start changing these guys in the bakeries. Unfortunately, well, I guess it doesn't make sense to have the bakeries become more productive the bigger the area is, because that you need more actual people to work on it. But with animals, it kind of makes sense still. So you don't get any benefit from having a bigger back garden on the bakeries. But that being said, I don't really care. That's not the biggest gripe in the game. Some of the things have been addressed. Like I said, they have addressed smaller things, such as the production of certain items being absolutely horrific. On the other hand, they've kind of broken it by making some of the production too fast, and there are just some issues with stability. And I don't know if I'll be able to show you that in this episode because we're not. It's actually quite nice. They are growing, but they're not growing as fast as they used to because we've got a hell of a lot of houses. And that's the benefit of having huge amounts of houses. And we don't have that much workers. And why do we have that much workers? Because I just turned a bunch of them into artisans. And as we know, artisans don't work. We are the upper class. Always remember to put down stalls because apparently I forget that most of the time. And then that leads to there not being enough shops or stalls in this case for people to actually buy things. I do that a lot, by the way, like properly a lot. These guys are. I got a bunch here. I want to change. Some of these are gonna become. Oh, I didn't even notice. Hang on, I forgot we can do this. I love this. It is absolutely stunning. Oh, I can upgrade these as well, make them bigger. So yes, essentially, using some of these mods are a bit cheaty. And that's why I don't want to use them in the main play. I like some of them, but the 5 times production I think is a bit too much. I would definitely use the bush, the wild berries one, because this is realistic. I think that wild berries should grow more bushes over time. That's just realistic. I would definitely use this mod, the one that effectively makes a bigger area you have. Or else you could have just, make a small little area and you'd still get hides and you'd still get meat. But the bigger you make this now, the more you can make. Oh, excuse me, which is realistic. That's how life works. The bigger your animal pen, the more animals. And also, for those of you who are new to the game, just as an FYI, the maximum pasture space you can have is 100 per pasture. You can make it bigger, but it won't help. It just won't do you any good. And also, something that I kind of figured is the further you have fields apart, people seem to run up and down. So I think I could obviously go in here and say, oh, you can only work here, but then I can only put that space down. Really? I want to be able to draw on here like you do in City Skylines. I think City Skylines is a good analogy. Make this district, farm district, and add these buildings to it. That would be amazing because that would mean that I can actually say, you can only go here. All of you guys, you only farm here. And then this one. I made you specifically to farm these. Stay here. Now they're running up and down from there to there, back to here, back to there. So they go from this field to this field, down to this field. And I've tried to space them out so that those fields and these fields don't clash. But yeah, it's still not working the way I want it to work, which is kind of sad. But yeah, it's life. I'm not even gonna fret about it anymore. And I'm just upgrading these to tier 3 because I can get more people in, which is good. The more people, the merrier. And we're heading up to a lot of people. And I know there's records and stuff that people set for this. I'm not going for a record. That's just silly. And it's not what I want to do. I just want to make this work in the bestest possibilist way. Fuel supply. I don't get it. There's fuel everywhere. But no, I don't have fuel supply. I can't do it. And we've got 26 market stalls open over there. Oh, I can upgrade this one. Oh, crap. Upgrade, upgrade. Can't upgrade you yet, but he will be able to soon. There's still one stone missing. One stone. Who the hell decided this isn't this is more for the English. Anybody from England? And I guess I can just go Google it, but stone. Really? As a weight measurement? Did somebody just pick up a stone one day and go, yep, I guess I weigh 10 of these? Just randomly? Or I weigh 5 of these? How did you decide on how big the stone is that you are going to weigh people against? And there's all these weird things like if you are a hunter and you do your own bullets, you weigh the gunpowder in grain. And is an inch like 3 barley corns? I know it's something weird like that. I used to actually set up, not a word of a lie, I used to set up cahoots for my team at work. And I'd look up all these weird facts and like, why the hell? Who came up with that? Why would you come up with it? Oh, the good old days when I could think. Those were the good old days. Nowadays, thinking is hard. That's why I had the CT, the contrast CT, and the MRI, which both of those, actually, the MRI is fine. The CT one, I'm gonna have to inject the crap into your veins. Ugh. That's a weird feeling. But look at my money. And also, this is another thing. Where do we go? Where do we go? Where are we going next, actually? Here's a salt deposit. I didn't even know we get salt deposits. I knew there was salt to be had, but I didn't know we get deposits of it, because there's nothing nice in my neck of the woods. There's one here. There's one here. I'm talking about new things, sorry. There's that. There's clay, stone, and berries, and do we just take this area? Or do we take this area? I don't know where to go next. But this is that's not even the point. The point is, how do I claim this? Claim with, oh, I don't have enough. How do I get that again? Oh, I have to do this thing. I have to teeth. So I can do like, because I'm creating so much surplus food, 20%. I don't know how much that's going to render me, so let's have a look. We got 33,003. 37.3k food. Let's see where we go in December. Probably going to be like 34k-ish. Maybe. Or is it production? I don't know. I want to see what we get and what we get here. That would be nice. Simply because I want to try and get a new area. And the reason I want to get a new area is because I want to complain about something. But otherwise, everything seems fine. This is not going to be filled anytime soon. I don't think it'll be filled ever. I'm just creating that as overflow because I've got a lot of animals and I can actually buy some more. The reason I want to buy some more is I need a lot of these guys because when we start building, I also assign them to other tasks. And that sucks. Like now, we've got nothing coming in here. It's absolutely dry. Siblings. My sister just sent a message about Kimi Antonelli, which is kind of ironic. Apparently, Helmut Marko does not believe Antonelli will do well in F1. Which, look, hate the guy all you want, but what's his name? Lance Stroll is a champion in feeder formulas, right? So you would have expected him to do decently, and he raced against some of the guys that's currently in the Formula One grid that's not doing too bad, but he's not doing too good. So the whole question around that goes to just because you are good in a formula doesn't mean that you're going to be good at the next one up. You might run out of talent. And I know that's got nothing to do with today's episode of Let's Look at Modifications or Le Modificata. La Modificata, actually. Um, and yes, this was impromptu simply because I had this running already, essentially. Not running, I had it on hand, I had it ready because I wanted to explore the mods before I made a video of it. And now I am making a video of it because I can't be asked to actually do anything. Oh, okay, so that. How? Wow. Oh, 20. Did I say 20 or 10%? Taxes. 20. Oh, I'm an idiot. Oh, whoa, okay. Yeah, no, no. We get the point. We're at 14K. That's enough. I am going to go for. I want to explore something else. So I want to do one with fish. And the closest one with fish is right next to me. So we pop into this one. And we claim with influence. Now, this is going to take a while, obviously. Uh, and again, this entire episode, the entire build actually, is about what we can do with mods. And this is not all the mods. There's a bunch of mods that I can and do still want to experience and explore. And I do want to perhaps make a point of introducing them eventually in a series, or maybe not. I don't know. I think it would be nice, but I also just don't want to do something for the sake of doing it. It's got to be relevant. And I am worried that that relevance may wear off if I overdo it. 18,000. We can't get rid of all of the bloody wood. That would be so nice. We got so much wood. I put a couple of more of these guys down because we need more firewood stalls. There we go. And those can be then transferred into here. We can get some firewood there. Also, don't, I guess, make your marketplaces too big because, oh, we're hitting that food problem. There, the food problem starts. The distribution of food becomes an issue after a while, regardless of how many places you have that distribute food. It becomes an issue. And I don't know how to get past that. That is still not fixed. And I think it's when you hit about 1,000 people, it starts becoming an issue. Ah, damn it, that is not good. Because that effectively, or is it because I got a new region? Could it be regional? I have not explored that idea. However, now we come to this part of the build. Settlers camp. We are going to put down our settlers camp right here. I still cannot access any of these. So I can go and I say plentiful, but I want to make this a mining village. Why can't I make it a mining village or a forest village or a I have to make it a town. It doesn't say it's locked, it just is unclickable. Say coming in a next update. Just something instead of just being oh shit, I didn't actually mean to do that. Oops. I really didn't mean to do it. Well, February I guess is fine. 6 houses is fine. The reason 6 is fine is quite simple. Uh, because it's fine. 6 is fine for a very simple reason. I'll come to that reason in a second. The reason is it gives you space to expand into in the future. So you don't necessarily why was I paused? I don't even know. And why is everything so pixely? It's just me or does it look very pixelated? Everything's supposed to be on sharpening. What? Why are we... What? That's weird. Tutorial pop-ups, cosmetic day-night cycle. I've never had that on. I have never had that on at all. Okay. Well, it still looks very pixelated. Why? Is it just me or does it look pixelated? Dang. Okay. Okay. I was just trying to see. I'm using Ace's AI in an attempt to give me a second here. I'm using Ace's AI from my motherboard. I'm using an X6. It's up there. You see? No. There. There. It's an Asus X670E for my Ryzen 7900X. It's a brilliant. I have to say, it is a very, very good board. And it comes with this very lovely feature that effectively allows you to use AI to cancel out noise. Everything is AI nowadays. I know it's boring. It is crap. It is just eh. Uh, what can we say? AI is the new 3D. And it literally is. It's AI. Everything is just fine. It's AI. Right? Really? It's AI. So, yeah, that's just yeah. Point being, I just had to check whether the uh, the noises from my kids going nuts is actually wow, that was immediate, is actually being picked up in the background, and it isn't. So I am talking unaffected, which is brilliant. Depends on how loud they scream, I think, because that might have been. God, they sometimes make a noise. Kids can be loud. That's a reality, people. If you have kids, you will know. They can be loud. But you still love them. Ah, no, still can't hear them. My microphone's happy. It's awesome. I can literally hear them. It sounds cruel, but I can hear them screaming at each other. It's like, ah, I want to do this. I want to do this. Why? Why are you not getting me timber? I'm looking for timber, and you're not getting me any more timber. Oh, there we go. Now I can do 8. But I can literally hear them going at each other. And I'm just like, I can't, my microphone doesn't pick you up. This is a very sensitive microphone. So I'm happy about that. I am really, really happy about that. Just because, yay, it doesn't make a bloody noise. You guys aren't bothering me as much as you normally would have. So that's brilliant. That is absolutely good. And that is actually it. I now went on a whole tangent because I want to see how the fish thing works. The one thing I do want to, the one mod that I am looking for that I can't find, I used to see it a lot, is the one where you can unlock all of these. You get so few points, so I want to see what it's like to unlock all of these, especially the deep mining one and the better deals one. The better deals is mostly irrelevant because I've got huge amounts of trade income. As you can see here, I've got very little. I bring in clay and I bring in salt. Salt's very expensive. Wait, oh, and I'm bringing in sheep because I don't know. Do sheep actually does lambs or do lambs grow up? That's the one thing I've never been able to answer. Do lambs grow up and become actual sheep? I don't know. I honestly don't know whether they grow up to become actual sheep. I've got huge amounts of sheep. Oh, there, the overflow is actually being used. That's good. That is good. These I don't expect to be having people in them anytime soon. We are growing steadily, but I don't think any. Are all of these built full yet? They might actually be. Are all of these full yet? Have we started to use? Oh, we actually have started using this area here. That's not bad. So we are starting to grow. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Send a bunch of people in there and in there and in here and in here. We're not going to be building at the moment. I want to now spend as many people as possible in getting little stalls going. We've got 23 here before we spill onto this one. This one's going to be important for this area. Ooh, you know what? I forgot we actually got these ones. But we are starting to hit that limit, so I am going to stop all of these from actually doing anything. Just because I don't want to... Ah, there we go. I found them. They've done it. Crap. So this is what happens. This one. It hits that mark. Now generic storage is full and it can't create any additional resources. The only thing you can do is either demolish it or relocate it. You cannot... I've not found a way to clear that. So I have to pick them up and I have to physically relocate them to a different area, and they don't take along their crap. Which kind of sucks. It is a absolutely horrific process. And it is so unnecessary, but it's one of the only big bugs that I've found that seems to be affecting the game at present, with the mods being utilized. Is it game breaking? That's up to you to decide. It's annoying and it can be. I know I'm, just asking a lot of people to start working that's not there yet. And they will eventually come, and hopefully they will create stalls everywhere. Lots of food stalls because food's scarce usually when this happens. Let's go see the food scarcity. 82, yeah. Fuel's still the biggest problem. But I've got a bunch of fuel stalls that should be popping up here. 17. And yes, like I said, there we go. More fuel in this area. This one's not yet met, but that's fine. It should be growing steadily. It's not game breaking in the sense that it is going to completely stop you from playing the game. You can fix it. It just it becomes a pain when you have to, or when you forget about them, actually. Then it becomes a real pain because then you actually have to relocate things or you won't make any firewood. Like, at all. Your firewood would not be coming in. End of story. And that becomes game breaking because then your people will die of the cold. Speaking of which, how are these fish stocks doing? Fish stock seasonal. They say seasonal, but I believe, according to what I just saw, that it should be that we don't care about that because we are utilizing the uh this thing. No, this one. Doubles the maximum capacity in the region. Additionally, workers able to cut through ice. Okay, so they can. Great, so they can fish during the off season. Everything in this village is going spiffingly. And that's about it. That's it for. Where the hell? This one. That's it for what I wanted to show you guys. The mods are worth it, especially the berry mod. I say the berry mod is realistic simply because, like I said, berries do grow over time. And these ones do grow over time. And it's slow. I mean, it's years into the game now. It's 13. Is it 24 years into the game? I've been playing this on maximum speed the whole time. So 24 years into the game. And we're only at 700 berries. For me, that's slow enough to say it's not game breaking, but do bear in mind it will continue growing into perpetuity, which might become, you know, a berry infestation. It might be like the tribbles eventually, which I can see might be a bit might be a bit of a problem eventually down the line sometime when you're like, why do I have a million of these bushes everywhere? But you can't clear them. I don't know if that affects. Actually, I do not know whether clearing the bushes affects the berry population. Because the one time I did build something over a bush, it didn't do anything. But I don't want to remove the bushes just because I'm using them. And I don't want to waste my berries. And no, that's not inappropriate. Stop thinking with your genitalia, people. That's inappropriate. Ooh, I did not build. There we go. Now everybody can put up their stalls. And these guys should be. Why don't I. Actually, that's a good question. Why are they not, like, able to set up their own markets for their food? And these guys do markets. Yep. This guy doesn't need a market. This guy doesn't need a market. That's fine. But we still have this issue. And this is going to be much more pronounced in this. Hmm. But this gives you a idea of how quickly you can actually grow a town. I just placed this like moments ago and I'm already at max production of firewood to the point where I've got to get this guy to actually start, you know, doing something with the firewood because I am not going to have space to put firewood because of those transitionals. Clothing is fine. Food variety is fine. Fuel. Aren't you producing yet? That's silly. I was hoping they'd be producing. Tell me what you think of mods. Tell me what you think of playing with mods. For me, it's like playing a game on easy. If you want to do it, you do it. Obviously, mods in a competitive setting is a no-no, but we're not playing competitive. We are playing for the fun of it. It's absolutely about just enjoying the game in a way that we want to. Well, that I want to. Uh, there are still bugs, obviously, and not just in the mods. There's bugs in the game. At the end of the day, it's going to take a while for all of the bugs to be sorted out. I want to quickly check. I can have these guys have their own stalls. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Which means I can have so much more stalls for food without having to go through something else. Great. This actually enables me to give a lot more. Bakeries is what? Oh man, I never saw this. That is so nice. It's stupid that I have to enable them one by one, and I'm going the wrong way about this. I need to go from this side. There we go. This way, it doesn't. I don't have to cancel it. Man, why didn't I know about this earlier? I knew that they had the capability. I thought it was just generically enabled. I honestly thought that was just a generic enablement thing. It should be done on principle. No, I have to go and do this all by myself. But these are enabled by default. What? Why are some enabled by default and not others? Like that? These are normal. Now I'm confused. Like this one isn't. And this one isn't. And these, none of these are. Am I missing something now? So why are some enabled by default? And those were bakeries, the previous ones. But others aren't. I don't get this. I don't get it at all. There's still nothing here. And this one's got 8. There's another butcher shop that doesn't have. That butcher shop has. That one has. Why do some have it and others don't? Again, more without. Why? This does not make sense. Oh, this one doesn't even have a thing selected. I am so confused. I am legit. What? Oh, shoot. I turned this off. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, sorry about that. That's my fault, guys. I screwed up on that one. I take full responsibility for that. I don't know. I'm such a tool sometimes. I really am. Close that one off. Get more people. And this is absolutely why I say these mods are useful simply because they enable you to do this. They enable you to get going quickly. I am worried about this a lot. Uh, One down there, two down there. Let's get building quickly and get this rolling. I'm worried about that going into or going to 50. Because if it does, then I'm gonna have to replace this somewhere else. Oh, it's going up. Crap. Now we're screwed. Yeah. That's the unfortunate thing. When that happens, it's time to move it. And there's nothing I can do about it. I've not found a way. I found no workaround for it. Let me put it that way. I found absolutely no workaround for that uh, issue. But that is life. And for me, look, why is that screen going down? I enjoyed this thoroughly. This was a look at I don't even know what I called this thing. I honestly, I just clicked next, next, next so I could get into it. Simply because I wanted to test and see what it's about, what the mods do. This was not supposed to be something I show anybody. Uh, and yet, here we are. This is a quick build mod setup. And I think it looks very, very much more European than my previous build. You've got your housing estate here. You've got a housing estate here. I would say modern European more because housing estates. That is so cute. Actually, we don't need this. How do I can I disband them? I don't know. And I don't really care. I don't care about the retinue. What is going on here? People are buying food. They get stuck a lot. My villagers do get stuck quite a lot, which is sad. There's this one. Still got 8 locations, which is not ideal. Fuel is going down very slowly here, and on this side, fuel is going up. No, it's not going up. There we go. Let them produce fuel for us. And yeah, I guess that is about it. There's not much to say more about the current mods that I'm using. Everything is working. Yeah, there's some niggles like the fact that these guys get, I guess, stuck in a sense. So you have to keep a very close eye on them when they get to maximum capacity. Same here. Uh, but otherwise, everything is going very well. The fishing is going very, very well, actually. We're getting a lot of fish in. We're not getting a lot of vegetables in, which is the pain. They nerfed vegetables a lot. I understand why as well, but it doesn't change the fact that it hurts because some of us relied a lot on vegetables, and they say that you have to start a new game every time they bring out a major update, which is kind of annoying. Because for people like me who started a city, yes, I can do it very quickly now. Just look at this one. And I'm going to continue using this for experiments on mods. And maybe even a look at, you see, there's the 2 bushes. There's the bush. It was 700 and something. It's now up to 800. There's the 2 bushes that were added. And there, the highlights are gone. And all of these guys produce herbs as well. We've got a good thriving city here. I'm happy with it. We're still getting a lot of people in. That's fine. At the end of the day, this is just a fun side project. Um, looking at some of the mods, looking at some of the impact they have, they do allow you to grow much faster. And yeah, if there's any mods that you are using that you'd like me to have a look at or add on to this, I'm gonna see how many mods I can actually pop into this before it goes boom. That is the ultimate aim, obviously, is to make it go boom. God, look at that. I think we might have a problem with wool and flour and ale and cloaks and bread and firewood. Imagine charcoal. That would just be outrageous. However, hmm, I'm gonna see how we can make use of it properly. This is going very well. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed a look at this. This is a little bit impromptu. Uh, if you didn't like it, I'll completely understand. It's not a follow-on to the Kingdom of Lecoq. What I have to do there is I've got to create two different sets of game files or move these in and out as I play the game, just to make sure that I don't I don't contaminate the gameplay. And yes, you would have seen that it said modded in the previous or in the main game. As soon as you create that, uh, what do they call that sign and mods folder, it says modded. It's not actually modded because the files weren't in there. It's just I created that folder because I was looking at doing mods, and now I don't necessarily want to use mods while playing the vanilla one. Mods are nice, but I feel they're still a bit immature to do a proper playthrough with. I mean, on the face of it, yeah, these are not going to be built because I have people. That's fine. On the face of it, the mods do accelerate the game hugely and address some of the issues, and it might actually make battle. There's one to make your unit stronger in battle, but I think that's just cheating. That's like typing in God mode. I wouldn't use that if I was playing that kind of game. And this is the weirdest. You see, this is the thing. Food stalls right next door, and it's not getting food. Whatever. Thank you so much for watching. This is already over an hour. I want to go and I want to edit this, get it out, and see how it does in the wild. You guys are awesome. I'm at 640 subscribers, and it's all thanks to you. Join the fun, join the fandom, and I hope I can make something out of this more in the future. I'm looking to get 1,000 subs by the end of the year and continue the rise. Ta-ta. Do the mod thing only if you understand them and understand what they do, because they can break the game a bit.